Namaste. We looked at the plight of Asha workers, Paura Karmikas, and the policemen in our journey so far. Today, I'm going to focus on the most important people who are fighting the coronavirus head on. I'm wearing white for a reason. The reason is very simple. These are the people who are wearing the white and fighting it out with the blood. Yes, I'm going to talk about the Medicos, or the people in the healthcare sector. Numerous doctors, nurses, supporting staff, technicians are working round the clock to ensure our country is safe from the coronavirus. To just give you these in numbers, according to the WHO estimate, there has to be a doctor population ratio of 1:1,000, whereas in India, the ratio is 1:1,445, which means there is already a shortage of doctors. What is the magnitude of the shortage? There are close to 6 lakh doctors who are in shortage, and 20 lakh nurses are currently a shortage in India. This puts a huge pressure on the existing healthcare system. Now, what are the threats that they face? Now, before I go to the threats, let's look at the basic thing that they need to worry about. The very fact of wearing a PPE, which is nothing but a personal protective equipment. Now, the PPE consists of a lot of things. It consists of scrubs, goggles, masks, gloves, shoe covers, and the entire jacket that they need to wear. Just wearing it and removing it takes a minimum of half an hour to 45 minutes. The moment they wear it, it has to be worn in a particular way such that there is not even a millimeter gap anywhere. Because even if there is a millimeter gap, we have our enemy which is invisible that can just seep in. The moment they wear it, they face a lot of trouble. There is difficulty in breathing. They cannot speak to each other. The moment they breathe, the mask or the goggles that they wear completely gets clogged. So there is difficulty in vision as well. They find problem communicating with the other doctors, with the other nurses, with the other supporting staff who are there in the hospital. They do so through sign language. This is just a fact about just wearing the protective equipment. What are the various threats that these people face on a daily basis? Point number one, like every others, there is a shortage of PPEs. I was shocked to read a couple of weeks ago that doctors were advised to wear raincoats and then enter the war rooms. Pathetic, to say the least. Two, just the PPE causes a lot of trouble to them. They cannot remove it frequently for drinking water or eating food or going to the washrooms, because even a slightest of mistake while removal can lead them to infection. So we have heard stories of people wearing adult diapers to prevent them from going to the washrooms frequently. Drinking water and food is a different story altogether. There is also one more threat of frequent removal of PPE kits. If they get damaged, they do not have a luxury of wearing one more immediately, because there is already a shortage of each of these kits around. They face constant threat because of the PPE kits and the threat of infection that is looming around. Simple task of identification, who is infected, who is not, becomes a very big task in a hospital. Imagine a person walking into a hospital with frequent coughing. Would you diagnose him with COVID or would you not? Because the entire process takes its own time. Testing takes its own time. So until then, what are these people need to look at this individual? Should they look at him as an infected patient, or should they look at him as a person coming with normal flu symptoms? Identification itself becomes a very big challenge for the people in the healthcare sector. On top of all this, there are the abuses, there are the frequent attacks on these people, spread purely because of misinformation and rumors. If they are ill, if they are hurt, it automatically puts a pressure on the already depleted healthcare system. It's high time that we need to protect these people. Along with carrying the risk of infection, they are prone to various other issues which are related to the mental aspect of the game. They face depression, they face anxiety, they face insomnia, all these because they are surrounded in a very hostile environment. I've heard of stories of many doctors who have not visited their homes, many nurses who have not visited their families for weeks together because they fear if they go meet their loved ones, they might transmit the infection. This will add additional emotional stress because they are not around their loved ones. And all this for what? For ensuring that you and me are safe. They are prone for infection, for catching an infection, because the environment that they are living in is surrounded with infection everywhere. They fight with only one hope, the hope that they do not contract infection, and the hope and prayer that the person who they are treating recovers soon. What can we do at this point of time? My advice, let's not buy N95 masks. We don't need it. They need it the most. Let us not buy PPE kits just for fun, because whatever you buy for fun is actually not being used by a doctor who needs it badly. 3. The only way we can keep all the doctors safe and our healthcare safe is by not going outside, by sticking to the rules of the lockdown. These are some of the things that we can basically do. And of course, treat them with respect and not treat them with sticks. We have a choice while they do not, because for them, the duty of saving a life is more important than their own life. That's why this profession is called as the noble profession. Let's not put pressure on our healthcare system. Stay home, stay safe. Prevention is better than cure.